Alright, so we're glued on. It's passing the shake test, so pretty sure we got it good and glued on. So just when I thought I had my PCV breather hose and vacuum lines fixed, I was looking at cleaning up the oil around here, and I moved it a little bit, and then, oh, yeah, it just came detached. So that could be one of our issues there, and that's confusing our mass airflow sensor because it's after that. As soon as I put the strut tower brace on, we got to take it back off to make some more repairs. So after searching all the regular sites I buy VW parts from, I can't find this part number anywhere that's not discontinued. So after talking to ECS Tuning's customer service, they say that's no longer available. But if you look at the picture, you can tell that those connections are like plastic heat melted on there. So you can probably get one from a junkyard or a parts car, but that's going to be 20 years old and brittle plastic too. So I found a 12 valve VR6 being parted out, but the ports are on different sides. The PCV breather hose will come in from this side. So what we're going to try to do is glue this piece back onto that piece. Bonds, fiberglass, plastic, metal, wood, PVC, and more. Step 1, it says it comes with a mixing paddle in here. I just can't get it out. We are making a mess. Sure, it would look better if I didn't use white glue, but I had this here without going to town, so that's what we used. So what I'm going to do is wait until morning, and then we're just going to come out, pick it right up by this, and then just swing it around as hard as we can and see if that works. So let me back up a couple days and explain what happened here. The other day I made a video where I replaced these vacuum lines and this PCV breather hose. So I got it cut to the right length and put together, and everything was fine. And then I came out the other day and I decided to just clean around this sensor where it was oily and around this port, and that's when it broke right off. And at first I thought it was something that I broke because I was working in that area, and then connecting this hose to it, maybe I had too much tension. But here's why that's not the case. Looking at the plastic and the brake, you could tell it was an old brake, not a fresh, clean brake. And then looking around in the area, you can see the oil there on my exhaust. That was coming from here because that was broken and leaking. So while I was gluing this back together on the car, because you can't get this off without cutting it, the other end of that hose broke off down here. So what we're going to do today is put this back in the house, let the glue dry, and we're going to try to replace that hose and have it all ready to go. So when the glue dries, we put this back on, connect the hose there, and we should be okay. So that's where that hose broke off, right there. And you can see the clamp on there. That's another one of those VW ones that you have to cut off. So I reached my hand down in there, and I wanted to see what I had to do to take this off, and it almost just fell off in my hand, which is really weird. See, there's no clamp really on this side. It's just kind of there, and it wasn't tight. But luckily, the other day, I threw all this extra line in the trunk, so we should have enough to do it with either one, 1/4 inch or 5/16. So at the start of this project, when I took the measurement of the inside of this hose here, it was bigger than everything else we were measuring on the car, putting 1/4 inch line on, and I was really struggling to get 1/4 inch line on there. So I went in the house and said, hey, let me cut this piece off here and then take a measurement of that. And that is definitely bigger than 1/4 inch. So that measures out to like 0.45, 0.44. So let's see if we can get 5/16 line on there. Because we can get it close to 0.44, that's all we need, right? So I mixed up some more glue and put around this one just to prevent it from breaking off in the future. And the rest of it that we had mixed up, we just built up around this one more. It says this cures in 24 hours, but I gave it a full 36 hours, so we should be more than good. Alright, so we're glued on. It's passing the shake test, so I'm pretty sure we got it good and glued on. So I got the 5/16 hose on here. It's really tight, so we got it on there a little bit, but you got to be careful not to break that jamming it on. And I was thinking that I put too much tension on it with this piece, but it's really at the perfect alignment where there's no pressure on it. And it had been leaking oil, so this was broken for a long time. So all we have to do is snap this back in and we should be good. You can always loosen the hose clamp and turn it if you have to, because I want to get it really perfect. We might have had a vacuum leak problem all along, and we just, you know, we had so many that it took so long to find them. I got everything back together and took a quick test drive, and it seems to run a lot better. So I think I was definitely leaking air right here, and I just never noticed it or thought about it because the whole PCV breather hose was bad. That was definitely leaking oil. We wiped our exhaust off and everything down there, so eventually we're going to have to replace all these plastic lines with some type of rubber hose. So one more rubber hose in there.